at what stage should one start doing succession planning, especially in a business structure where there could be multiple successors in a same business? That's typically how Indian businesses, family held businesses are structured. So how should they go about it?
When we are talking of the succession planning of wealth, the wealth may constitute broadly in two parts. One is your investments. Investments may be in different asset classes and in different business structures, but these are not business assets. Rather, these are the surplus amount which has been invested either in immovable property or in some financial instruments or in equity market, or maybe in some households, or maybe some in gold or jewelry, etc. I mean, these can be different asset classes. But these are the assets which are not the business assets. Then second, maybe the business is owned by you. Now the ownership of businesses is practically either in the form of a partnership firm or LLP firm or maybe corporate entity. So if it is a corporate entity, then the ownership is held by way of shareholding of the company. So if I see from the point of view of the individual, you are having the equity shares in it, in non-listed company. If it is not a listed company of yours, SMEs are generally not listed. So it can be shareholding by way of which you get the ownership. So what is required to be distributed or transmitted is not all the business assets, but the shareholding of the business by which one gets the ownership. Or maybe that you are a partner in some LLP or partnership firm. Then what is required is that after your demise, who will take over in the partnership firm as your legal heir. That is already provided in the partnership deed or in the agreement in the case of LLP. So the issue is that in the case of business assets or in the case of investment assets, these becomes the identifiable assets which are to be transmitted, to be distributed, and you have to plan the distribution of these assets to your legal heirs in your will or otherwise. But another important succession, which is regarding the management rights in your businesses. This is not a financial asset, but the right to carry the business. Who will become the chairman or managing director or CEO of the company after you? That is also very important. That is also a very important succession thought which one must keep. So it is not a financial, directly financial asset, but all the management rights or to become the CEO of the company. This is very, very important. Now the point which you have raised, that at what stage succession planning should be done. Generally, people do think that succession planning means at the fag end, when you are on the dying bed. I think this is a wrong concept. Succession planning does not mean that at the end of your life, when you are thinking that now I am going to leave this world, I will make the planning how assets are to be distributed. I will say right from the inception, you should keep in mind the thought of succession in your mind while you are creating business structures, while you are making investments in different assets. Why I am saying so? Because if you are having only one stream of the business and you are having 3 legal heirs and there is only one business stream, then after that, who will become CEO of the company? Who will take over the management of the company? If it is a big business, then there can be again a dispute on this issue. So therefore, the succession should keep into account this aspect also, that management rights will be given to whom. If you are having 2 or 3 legal heirs, then it may be better planning that right from the beginning, you create 2 or 3 different streams of businesses which can be distributed to your different legal heirs. Or alternatively, there can be demerger of one stream in such a manner that each legal heir may get one entity. Or if there is a good understanding between them, then they can be made the joint. I mean, they may be inducted in the business, in the management as a joint owners, as a joint operators. Maybe as one is chairman, one is managing director, one is managing director, one is deputy managing director. Anyway, but the only point is that this thought should be right from the beginning. It is not at the end that you will now decide that how I have to do it. That because the assets, or particularly when the wealth is in abundance, or it is going to be big business houses, then the assets or businesses should be created right from the beginning in such a manner that succession could be smooth and easy according to your plan, according to your wish. So I mean, according to your object, according to your long-term planning. But my advice is that one should not wait that succession planning will be done at the fag end. It should be planned, or it should be kept in mind right from the inception while creating different investment and business structure.